Bats is back with punching, kicking, gliding, swooping, and perching, and driving the Batmobile in first person, because third person driving is really twitchy and horrible. There's tanking. Why? It's there. There's a new takedown system. You can take down multiple foes. 1, 2, 3, 4. With ease. There's posing, flexing there. Work those guns. There's falling through the game's architecture. Looking up at the world we've left behind. Yeah. It's quite a big map. It looks good. It looks better, you know, when it works. But, you know, it gives you an idea what we're dealing with there. And, of course, there's brooding. There's all the more brooding. And tank puzzles. Not only were they audacious enough to put a tank in a Batman game, they make you solve puzzles with it. And it's a little bit annoying. See, I had to balance myself on that seesaw. That took far too long to get that right. That was very, very annoying. So yeah, the Arkham Knight. It's I hated it at first, particularly the Bat tank. I thought it was an intrusion, totally unnecessary. I felt the combat wasn't as tight, but then I went away and I've come back to it now, and yeah, yeah. It is what it is. I mean, hey, let's not kid ourselves. The first game is still by far the best. Arkham Asylum is genius. You can't go wrong. It's tight as hell. This is still a solid entry, though. The plot line was a little predictable. I liked it being about the Scarecrow, because I feel like it's a bit of an also-ran among enemies. He was like the main guy in this one. I didn't like the fact he had the same voice as Hugo Strange from the other game. That was really weird. I kept thinking, oh yeah, Hugo's back, but it wasn't. It was the Scarecrow. Yeah, it was a Scarecrow and Jason Todd who came back from the dead to haunt you. Although he didn't die in this one. In the comic books, he died, was brought back to life, and came back as the Red Hood. And yeah, just to assault Batman, take his place, because Batman's not good enough to be Batman, apparently. So yeah, look at my Batman. Look how colourful it is. Yellows, pinks, and purples. Why is that, you're asking? Well, that's because he is the Batman of 01E06. You see, Batman is so prepared that he's literally prepared a backup personality for himself. So if Bruce Wayne, Batman, becomes compromised or glitchy or just forgets who he is, this one, the 01E Batman, will kick in and take over. And the reason it's so vibrant and brightly coloured is that he's a badass. He doesn't need to skulk and hide around because he's psychotic. Now, see, if there was your own game, an actual game about 01E Batman, like you saw Batmite flying around and you had like visions and heard voices in your brain, oh lordy, that would be good. I mean, there is that in this. Like, Batman has a psychotic break in the game, and spoilers, starts seeing the Joker everywhere and hearing the Joker in his head, which is fucking amazing, which is by far the best thing about this game. I mean, the Jason Todd stuff was predictable as all hell, but having Mark Hamill's Joker bouncing around inside your noggin, giving you not that good advice, yeah, that was really, really welcome. But yeah, I mean, I'm playing again to try and find all the Riddler stuff, and again, it's the same problem that City and Origins has, is that it's too much. It's a ball ache trying to find it all, you know. Like, again, Arkham Knight, there's like 200 Riddler trophies to find. That was awesome. Just, you know, you could do it in an afternoon. This one is like, you know, 300-400. And some of them are quite obscure and or annoying. That's Oracle's clock tower. You can see them on the left. Yeah, it's quite clever. Yeah, this island's called Miagani Island. And that's a reference to the return of Bruce Wayne. Because when Bruce Wayne went back through time, he met a tribe of cavemen called the Miyagani, and after meeting the Batman, they started to worship bats. And that's why that is.